Sergio Perez appears to be leaving the Red Bull squad following the season finale in Abu Dhabi, with Franco Colapinto out of the running as a possible successor. After weeks of speculation, Colapinto is believed to have been turned down by Red Bull for a spot in either of their two teams, as the Milton Keynes-based firm considers changes to its driver lineup for Formula 1 2025, but Red Bull still has two more drivers who are eager to take the spot for next year. Lawson and Yuki Tsunoda had good results this year, and it seems that one of them could replace the Mexican as early as the next race. Is Sergio Perez about to leave from next race? Let's start with the Colapinto rumors. Colapinto's impressive start in Formula 1 following his promotion to replace the ailing Logan Sargent at Williams sparked interest from Red Bull as a potential replacement for Sergio Perez in Formula 1 2025. The Mexican driver has failed to make a meaningful contribution to Red Bull's Constructors' Championship in 2024, with Max Verstappen's points count dwarfing Perez's as the defending champion slid to third in the title pursuit after back-to-back victories in 2022 and 2023. With Williams and James Vowles already committed to Alex Albon and Carlos for 2025. Vowles went to bat for Colapinto on the driver market, with talks between Red Bull and Colapinto progressing to the point where the Argentinian driver could be a prime candidate for Perez's seat following strong results in his early races. However, Colapinto's inexperience became apparent as the pressure increased, with costly crashes in Brazil and Las Vegas causing Red Bull's interest to wane to the point where he was ruled out of contention for a seat with the main team, though a seat with V-carb remained possible. I believe that the V-carb option has now been closed on Colapinto, with a decision made early in the Qatar GP weekend to decline his services. It is also understood that Colapinto's chances of getting a seat with Alpine, which had been speculated as a possibility with Colapinto replacing Jack Doohan, have diminished dramatically, with Alpine advisor Flavio Briatore apparently cooling his interest in the Argentine. Hey, for sure, is a talent that's looking to earn his permanent place in Formula 1, Christian Horner said of Colapinto after the Qatar GP. We have a great pool of talent within the Red Bull Junior team, and I'm sure Franco will find his way onto the grid in the future. You're always keeping your eye on what the market is in all teams, but we have the strength and depth in the junior program. With only one vacant seat on the grid for Formula 1 2025, it appears that Colapinto will be unable to compete next season, as Red Bull has chosen to focus on the strength of its junior driver program. Rumors of Daniel Ricciardo's return or a bid to secure Carlos Sainz from his contract with Williams are believed to be completely off the table. With Perez's poor record contributing to Red Bull's demise as world champions, it is anticipated that, barring a remarkable victory in the season's last race, the Mexican driver will be replaced in the senior squad. The leading contenders for the seat are Kiwi driver Lawson, who has had a so far solid 6-race audition with the V-carb squad, and Yuki Tsunoda, who was previously dismissed as a possibility throughout the season, is also in contention for promotion in 2025 after contributing 2/3 of the Fanza-based squad's points tally. If Lawson or Yuki move up to Red Bull Racing over the winter, it is likely that Isack Hadjar, Red Bull's leading Formula 2 driver, will be promoted to V-carb. The 20-year-old French driver is presently ranked second in the F2 Championship, having finished second in the feature race in Qatar on Sunday. It was good to see Isack Hadjar doing a good job today in Formula 2 as well, Horner said. I think there's half a point between the drivers going into the final race in Abu Dhabi. Liam and Yuki were very closely matched in that race Qatar in terms of pace, so we've got a full stable of drivers. The driver lineups at both Red Bull teams are being considered in the immediate postseason, with the focus initially set to be on the nature of the split between Perez and Red Bull. The Mexican is expected to be offered a similar ambassadorship role to Daniel Ricciardo for 2025 if he accepts it. Only once this split is settled will Tsunoda and Lawson be able to make a decision. Tsunoda and Lawson, teammates at Red Bull's junior outfit V-carb, are regarded as the leading contenders to replace Perez, with Tsunoda venting his frustrations and confusion ahead of the Qatar GP about why. Despite being with the Red Bull second team since 2021, he has never been considered a serious contender for promotion. Tsunoda assured the reporters that Red Bull would now finish third in the Constructors' Championship. "I hope I'm in that mix, and if not, I don't know what I should do more than this, to be honest. I'll just keep pushing and things I can control, and those things, the Red Bull seat, they decide everything. I'm sure if I'm in the seat, I can fight for a higher Constructors' Championship position and what they want. But other things, politics things, they decide what they want. Historically looking back, it's pretty natural that the driver, for example, in our team, if one driver outperforms the other driver like this consistently the last few years, you get promoted. It's kind of a natural thing. I mean, one of the drivers has got a Drivers' Championship, and this is a team that has had success since quite a long time. So what they're doing is, I guess, not a bad thing, but it doesn't really make sense for me that I didn't really be in the mix much so far. I don't know much. For myself at least, I can't find much reasons why they're not really, so far talking about me heavily. The one-sidedness of Red Bull's driver partnership in 2024 has been eye-opening, despite the fact that Perez has had difficult times during his Red Bull career. Earlier this year, Perez was offered the stability of a 2-year contract extension in an attempt to see if such certainty would boost his confidence. However, the measure failed to yield any results. In reality, Perez appears to have spiraled even farther, to the point that Christian Horner's defense of the year has come to an end, and the Mexican driver now confronts the door following the Abu Dhabi GP. After all, Red Bull's drop to third in the Constructors' Championship has cost the team considerable financial rewards in terms of prize money and marketing value for 2025, as well as a direct impact on rank-and-file staff whose annual incentives are determined by the team's final place. We must have 2 drivers who finish in the points, Red Bull advisor Helmut Marko told media following the Las Vegas GP. Liam Lawson, the highly rated Kiwi driver who made such an impression during his brief spell as a substitute in 2023, may have just missed out on a drive this year, but his presence was never far away as he lurked, shark-like, in the V-Carb garage, waiting for his chance. That time arrived when Lawson replaced Ricciardo for the final 6 races, a brief test to see if the Kiwi driver could handle the pressure of such a hectic few weeks on stage. While results will undoubtedly play a role in judging this audition, the assessment is more than just points scoring. Yuki Tsunoda is a known quantity of speed, both on a single lap and at race pace, providing a clear bar for Lawson to compete against. However, the review will also determine whether Lawson is the appropriate material for Red Bull. Red Bull despises anonymity more than anything else. A forgettable driver is a driver of limited worth, and Lawson exemplifies the fiery passion and self-belief that Red Bull wants. What do you think? Are we going to see a driver change at Red Bull in the next race? Let us know in the comments down below.